Hey guys, I'm Palm Beaches Paul, your local realtor and guide to South Florida living. Welcome to spring break. So who remembers their spring break? I remember mine. It's about 84 to 86. South Padre Island, Texas, down here in Port Aransas, beer drinking, going in four-wheel drive trucks, bonfires, chasing girls. It was a great time. Now, if you're from Florida, you might remember a different spring break, like where the boys are, down in Fort Lauderdale and everything that's going on down there, or Pauly Shore and MTV in Daytona Beach, and then later on, spring break in Panama Beach. Although a lot of those cities have kind of quieted down over the years, although Fort Lauderdale does seem to be back on the rise. It is spring break, and a lot of spring breakers are down here in South Florida. So what I wanted to do was talk to you about 15 of the best spring break locations for you here in Florida. And presently I'm at Delray Beach. I'm out here on the boardwalk. So we're gonna walk up and down the beach and we'll talk about some of the best places for spring break. So let's go. So there was about 15 cities that they named as some of the best places for spring break. I'm just gonna go through a couple of them today. So the number one destination was Miami and South Beach. Now, Miami and South Beach is always a great destination. I was down there for the boat show recently, and it's a beautiful city. And that was over there by the convention center and by Collins Avenue. And so South Beach was just around the corner. But in recent years, it has gotten pretty crazy down there, and they've had a lot of police interaction with the young kids that were down there, the college students and people. So, it wouldn't be one of my choices, especially if I was going down there maybe with like young kids and stuff. And the South Beach in general can be pretty crazy of a place just in general. So, I mean, it's South Beach, right? So, but if that's your vibe and you want the cool nightclubs until, 4 a.m. or 6 a.m., and great food and that Miami experience, then South Beach would be a good place to go check out and enjoy. And Miami has a lot of places to go there, and they have great museums and cool stuff. Again, this all depends on whether you're a college student or a family person going down there, but for spring break. So, but it is really a neat place to go check out. Just, don't plan on getting around too much because the traffic is horrendous in Miami. All right, so if you want to keep going south and get on A1A and continue south, you can end up in Key Largo or Islamorada, another great destination for spring break. The Florida Keys are pretty amazing. We've gone down there a couple times for spring break and stayed at the Amerique Resort down in Islamorada with my wife and my son. Had a great time, nice little hotel. You've got the Lorelei restaurant that's there. You've got the Square Grouper restaurant. Great restaurant. The food is amazing. Fantastic sunsets from the upper deck from that place. And then of course you got the world famous Tiki Bar on Holiday Isle. You can go there, and if you can rent a boat, you can go out to the sandbar and hang out and kind of party and come back in. So, again, when I talk about these places, there's going to be something for families, there's going to be something for non-family, for youngsters and stuff. And all the youngsters already know where to go anyway, I'm sure. But it's pretty cool. And, the Florida Keys are awesome. If you go to John Pennekamp, you can do some snorkeling up there in Key Largo, and that's just a short drive from Miami itself. It's like one of the first keys you can visit. We like Islamorada a lot, and Marathon, going down there. Marathon's a little quieter. Islamorada seems to be great because it has everything around. So, and it's really windy, so I apologize, folks, if you're getting a lot of wind today. But anyway, so the Florida Keys are great. You can go down there, and then of course you can go to Robbie's and feed the tarpon, which is just so much fun to do that. They'll, for a couple bucks, they give you a bucket of sardines, and you put your hand in there and try to feed the tarpon. And watch out for the pelicans, man. They will come right up from behind you and snatch that bait right out of your hand. So you got to watch those sneaky pelicans. But the Florida Keys are great, and if you're really adventurous, you can continue on down to Key West, which it's a bit of a drive, but you can go down and do the Duval Crawl and have some rum runners and party down there at Sloppy Joe's and watch the sunset at Mallory Square. That would be a great time for a spring break. So the Florida Keys, definitely a good destination if you're looking to spring break. By the way, guys, I know the beaches look a little empty here. There are a lot of people south of me. The further south you go on Delray and Boca, it gets packed. I just wanted to be at a place where I wasn't really having a camera right on everybody. So I'm just here in the north part of Delray Beach. Now, for those who want to visit the west coast of Florida, you know, there is places like Sarasota and Tampa up there that you can go check out. Unfortunately, the Hurricane Ian, did a lot of damage to places like Sanibel and Captiva and Fort Myers. So I don't know what shape they're in. I haven't been over there since last October, but I know they're still hurting from that. And you know, if there are places to go, by all means, go there. I'm sure they could really benefit from you guys visiting them and supporting their businesses. But I know a lot of those places are still trying to rebuild. A lot of the condos were destroyed and stuff. So, you know, the West Coast might not have the best options for you this early, you know, so recently from the storm. But north of that, as I said, you go up to Sarasota, they got some cool places up there and some great destinations on the West Coast. You can certainly go there. And obviously there's Panama Beach and places like that you can go to. So if that's closer to you, I know a lot of my family from Texas would go to places like that. So that's, you know, also a good option for you if you're looking for spring break up there. Of course, if the beach isn't your thing, there's always Central Florida and you know, Mickey Mouse and Universal. You can go to Orlando. There's a ton of stuff to do there for spring break. Gets super crowded. I've been there during spring break. It's definitely packed. So you got to be prepared for the crowds. But it's, you know, if you don't like it, the beach isn't where you want to go and you want to take the kids to theme parks and go there, obviously all those places are great to visit for spring break. Tons of hotels, Airbnbs, you know, just anything and everything you can want, plus restaurants and tons of entertainment for all ages there. So Orlando is definitely a good destination for spring break. And the tide's coming in. It's gonna get wet. Now if you keep going east from Orlando, you'll end up over in Cocoa Beach or Daytona. And those are also some great destinations for spring break. Obviously, Daytona's been famous for years. Remember, like I said, Pauly Shore and MTV and all those crazy days in the 80s. So, good surfing, obviously, Cocoa Beach. My son definitely wants to go back there. And you can go to Ron John Surf Shop, which is really cool. And it's a smaller town, but it's got a really cool beach vibe. And they got a really neat pier there you can go out on. And, you know, it's got restaurants, and you can do some lots of fishing up there. So, and also the surf's really good up in that area. So, see, as we've gotten a lot closer to Atlantic Avenue, which I'm heading towards, you can see there's more people behind me. You've got the Opal Grand Resort just back over here behind me, back over there, and there's a lot of people. What I want to do is I want to try to walk and see all the guys down here kite surfing. It's really kind of cool. We're going to walk down that way. So, and then there's places like Palm Beach County, where I'm at. You got places like here, Delray Beach, that I'm walking on right now. So you got Delray Beach, you got Boca Raton. I was in Jupiter yesterday with my son surfing. That wasn't too crowded, but again, it's smaller up there. Delray Beach, as you can see behind me, is definitely a more crowded destination. A lot of people here. And there's a lot of great restaurants, and of course you got the Avenue, so everyone loves that. Boca Raton's really crowded. Deerfield Beach. So plenty of great beaches for spring break right here in South Florida. Palm Beach, Broward County. Of course, like I said, Fort Lauderdale earlier. That's got lots of bars and restaurants all up and down US 1. All right, so we pretty much walked all the way down here to almost, not the end of Delray, but close to the end of Delray Beach. You spin around, you see we got volleyball courts back over here, and we're almost pretty much at the end where there's a private beach when you get down this way, but I want to get down here to the kite surfing, because I think it's pretty cool. But so Delray Beach has a lot of great places, and it's a good destination, both, you know, you're young or you're older, you want to come down for spring break, great place. And of course, as I said, you know, all of Palm Beach County, Jupiter, Palm Beach, Boca, all those places are good if you want to go down and have some fun. Beautiful beaches, great restaurants, lots of nice people. I was just talking to a young couple back here. They're sitting on these like beach couches. They're inflatable and they looked really comfortable. So, but it's super pretty, and even on a windy day like this, it always gets cold spring break. It's kind of funny. It's been so hot, And then I remember going to South Padre, it would get super cold. We'd be freezing out at the, you know, out on the beach. I remember one year, my buddies and I, we just drove down there. We didn't have a place to stay. We knew my brother was staying there. We just going to crash somewhere. And my best friend Neil, we've been friends since, oh God, 5th grade. We got down to South Padre and we ended up sleeping in a van. And it dropped to like 40 that night. I remember we were just freezing on this metal floor of a van. Of course, we had a lot of beer, so we slept most of that off. But we woke up freezing. So, but let's go check out these kite surfers real quick. It's obviously on a super windy day like this, it's perfect for kite surfing. As I said, we came to the end of the beach because all this back here is part of the sea gate. So it's a private beach. And I mean, I could keep walking past if I wanted to, right? But this whole section all back here with the chairs, that's all part of the sea gate and part of the hotel. So they have their own beach club, which is pretty cool. But it's pretty neat, man. This, I know my son's into surfing, but this looks really cool, the kite surfing. Look at all these guys out here. It's crazy. All right, guys. So there's a couple places you could spend your spring break. By the way, if you like these kind of videos about, you know, learning about South Florida and where to go, where to live, obviously I'm a local realtor, so you know, reach out to me and I can help you find a place. But please just click and subscribe to the channel, and if you ring the bell you get notified every time I make a new video. I also do a lot of live streams showing you stuff that's happening here in South Florida. And leave a comment, tell me what's your favorite place for spring break here in Florida. You know, I can honestly say that's the longest I've ever walked on a beach, so I'm going to give a shout out to a local YouTuber and a nice guy, barefoot vlogger, Terry. Good luck on your walk all the way down to Key West. The guy is walking every beach from Boca to Key West, so give him a thumbs up and subscribe to his channel. Cool guy, and he's also showing all sorts of neat stuff about South Florida living. He's been here almost as long as I have. I've been here about 30. I think he's been here for about 24 years. But Terry's a good guy, and I talk to him every once in a while. So check out the Barefoot Vlogger. So those are those beds I was talking about. That's the couple I was talking to. Nice people, and they're just chilling out there. I mean, look at that. 2 comfortable beds right out here on the beach, enjoying paradise. Doesn't get better than that. They're a couple locals, nice people. And his girlfriend was from Texas, same place I'm from. All right, guys, so that's my spring break video. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to click on the link at the end of the video to watch more videos about life here in South Florida. And as always, when you're in the Palm Beaches or anywhere in South Florida, get out and enjoy paradise. It's a beautiful day, a little bit of sunlight left. I'm gonna ride my longboard just a little bit more down this avenue here and enjoy it. I'll talk to you guys real soon.